Public EV charging is arguably in a worse state than it ever has been before. Firstly, for us consumers, it's now far more expensive to rely on public fast chargers than it is to fill a car with fuel. Secondly, in an effort to speed the process up, 250 and 350 kilowatt chargers are becoming more and more commonplace, but given that these draw the same amount of power as 80 family homes, it's hardly an efficient solution to the problem. And finally, with public charger prices being unregulated, there's no easy way to say this, current EV owners, well, they're being ripped off. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another fact-based electric vehicle video where today we're taking a closer look at some of the aspects of public charging. Now if you're new here, please do hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, and remember to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Let's start with cost. A study recently carried out by the car buying brand Whatcar determined that when using public fast chargers, you can be charged up to 85 pence per kilowatt hour of charge. Now if we consider an EV's average consumption to be right around 0.31, 0.32 kilowatt hours per mile, that is a whopping 27 pence per mile compared to 15 pence for your typical internally combustion engine car. Now over the course of a year, let's say 15,000 miles, that's a difference of around £1,800. Now we'll take a look at this study in more detail later in this video, so stick around for that. Now the argument that often follows this is, well, don't use public chargers then, charge at home, it's far cheaper. The reality of the situation, however, is that the vast majority of us don't have a driveway, let alone anywhere to place a personal charger. So you're going to be forced to pay the price that public chargers demand. And think about this, right now you've got the option to not have an electric vehicle, but in years to come, it's not going to be an option. You're going to be forced into it and you're going to be forced to pay the price that they demand. I have heard people try to make the point that, okay, well, the fast chargers are the expensive ones, why don't you use a slower one? But come on, it's already an inconvenience being sat in a charger bay like a sitting duck for a criminal. You're gonna want to use the fastest charger available, especially if you've had to queue for it, which is pretty likely. You should remember, however, that fast charging your car, your one solace in a world of inconvenience, has been confirmed to degrade the battery more quickly, expediting the process of leaving you with a massive, worthless paperweight in the form of a car. But that's a topic for another video. So whilst the fast charger degrades your battery and your wallet, let's take a look at what it's doing to the electricity grid, because I often feel like it's misunderstood or not put into relatable terms just how much power one of these chargers is taking. So if we look at a 250 or even 350 kilowatt charger, these are becoming more and more commonplace, and yes, whilst they do offer faster charge times, one of these chargers charging a single car is pulling the same amount of power as 80 family homes. Imagine an area where we have 10 of these chargers in a bank. They are going to be drawing the same amount of power when they're in use as a small town or village. It's unbelievable, and it's quite scary when you consider electricity. Well, it's the same resource that we all depend on for fundamental living, heating our homes and such. It's not some endless, easily made resource. It is an ever expensive and in-demand resource. But really, that's no surprise now, is it? Now, I mentioned earlier that Whatcar conducted a study visiting various charge sites, found some extremely high prices, but that wasn't all they found. Let's take a look together.
So the charging point here is indeed out of order. If I click on the screen here, as you can see, it says temporarily unavailable on all of the chargers. Bad news, I'm afraid. The charging point here, there is only one CCS point and it is out of order. It's not even switched on at all. It's got a hanger on it. So we can't charge up. There's no point in even trying. But the good news is that the next charging station is pretty close. As expected, it isn't good news, I'm afraid. This BP Pulse charging point behind me is out of service, so we can't plug in and charge up, but we don't want to end on a downer.
So it kind of seems like you should count yourself lucky if you're able to spend your 85 pence per kilowatt hour, because 30% of the chargers that he visited didn't work whatsoever. Now that's a topic for a whole other video as well. The thing that we're interested in here is the price variance. 65 pence to 85 pence per kilowatt hour is a massive difference. The pricing isn't regulated, and honestly it's kind of hard to imagine that people aren't already being ripped off by profiteering energy companies, because people understand miles per gallon and litre price, and it's been around that long that I think most of us probably do. But kilowatt hours, it's a new concept, probably not so much. Just wait until the government start to tax it to make up for some of the loss of fuel tax, then we're really going to know about it. Now, if you are in the market to buy a new car, EV or not, no judgments here. One thing we can all agree on is free services are a good thing. So check out vehiclescore.co.uk, put the plate of the car you're thinking about buying into their system, and it'll tell you the good and bad points about that car for completely free. Now, they do offer a paid HPI service as well. I'm going to add a 15% discount voucher on screen now for that. You can use that. Make sure you buy a good car. I've bought and sold a lot of cars over the years. I'd never buy a car without doing one of these checks. Now, thank you so much for watching. Please do hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you've enjoyed this video, and please do leave your thoughts in the comments section below, because I love to read them. I'll see you for the next one.